I'm tired of hearing that distractions don't matter. In Dallas, distractions always matter. The star is heavy, and right now the conversation around Dak Prescott feels less like the focus of a championship quarterback and more like another act in the Jerry World circus. I am Carlos Eduardo. Let's have a real conversation about what's happening at the Star. The headlines about Dak and Sarah Jane Ramos calling off their wedding a month before the ceremony aren't just gossip. In Dallas, the quarterback's life is part of the franchise's gravity. The allegations floating around burner social media accounts, accusations of infidelity, a heated argument during a trip to the Bahamas paint a picture of distraction. And in my experience studying this team's history, distraction is the enemy of championships. I always run every modern Cowboys story through the legacy filter. That's the only honest way to measure this franchise. Because the men who carried the Star during the dynasty years didn't just survive on talent. They survived on discipline, on routine, on a level of mental focus that turned big games into controlled environments. When I watch the tape from the modern Cowboys, I sometimes see the opposite. The red zone geometry breaks down. The offense tightens in critical drives. The rhythm disappears. That's not a talent issue. That's mental noise. Quarterback is the center of gravity for the entire building. When the quarterback is calm and locked in, the entire offense breathes. When the quarterback is dealing with storms outside the facility, that pressure finds its way into the huddle. Now here's where the conversation gets complicated. Because while the headlines swirl around Dak's personal life, the football side of this franchise is actually loading up. Owner Jerry Jones isn't sitting still this offseason. The Cowboys tagged wide receiver George Pickens, extended running back Javonte Williams, and traded for pass rusher Rashawn Gary. They even strengthened the secondary with safety Jalen Thompson. That's not the behavior of a team rebuilding. That's the behavior of a team chasing a championship window. And when I look at those moves, I see pressure being placed directly on the quarterback. The roster is getting sharper. The defense is getting nastier. The gap in the NFC East with teams like the Philadelphia Eagles is starting to close, which means the margin for error is disappearing. The Cowboys don't need another season of front-running football. They don't need soft coverage in big moments. They don't need the emotional roller coaster that has defined this franchise since the shadow of the 90s began hanging over it. They need a quarterback operating with championship clarity. I'm not here to judge Dak Prescott's personal life. That's his business. But the moment you wear the Star, your life stops being completely private. The pressure of this franchise demands discipline in every corner of your world. Because the truth about Dallas has never changed. Talent wins headlines. Focus wins Lombardi trophies. And if this version of the Cowboys is finally going to escape the shadow of the 90s, the man wearing the Star at quarterback has to prove he can carry its full weight.